The Golden Bowling Ball Brunswick Tour is presented by Brunswick. Bowling is sold on Brunswick worldwide.
A very good evening then from me, Tim Kettle, and welcome to the Golden Bowling Ball on the Brunswick Tour. And the first of our evening's coverage as we follow this tour right the way through 1998. Your interpretation of 10-pin bowling is something that you used to watch on the Flintstone show every Saturday morning. This is top quality competition, and we've got some of the best competitors in the world on show here tonight.
Einen Vergleich mit Van anschließend Achim Grabowski und Michael Kremer jeweils ein Spiel absolvieren.
Starts with Goran Carlson. The camera just panning away, but Carlson getting off to a good start. This is Wolki, first ball, and again a clear strike. This is the introduction of the 5 finalists. We've had 343 competitors representing 14 nations. The best 5 qualified for the Stepladder final. And these being introduced to you. Barry Horne of the United States, one of the favourites here. And it'll be Wolki against Goran Carlson. Horne against Wolki, should he come through. Goran Carlson of Sweden, and a fine opening bowl, a clear strike, and off to the best possible start. Wolki of Germany. Ooh, poor ball that by Wolki, but a strange approach to the lane, almost from a standing start. He was just 2 paces up, and 1 remains standing. So 6 pins only, the second ball missed. Again, tantalizingly, 1 remains. So already under pressure. And Carlson now with a real opportunity. 9-1 off the second, but Carlson's got a real opportunity here to extend his lead. Straight through the middle again. Another quality ball that by Carlson. Never wavered from a central line, running right through the middle of that lane. And it doesn't stay. That's Alan Winter for that, the Executive Director for Europe of the sponsor Brunswick. And, well, now that's kept Wolki in it. Cleared up quite nicely, but it's not all over just yet. Wolki's got a chance to get back into this now. He needs a strike here, and it's gone wide. And it was always likely to leave at least one or more standing. Whereas Carlson is sticking straight to the center of the lane. Wolki is relying on this spin of the ball to come back inside. On 9-1 after the third frame. Wolki get us going on the fourth, and again he's gone really rather wide, but this time, and for the first time in four, a clean strike. 24 years of age, Wolki. Average 236.3 per game in 97. He's falling well below that just at this moment. And again, just stray. Ooh, that's poor. That is poor. That's 7. Has he got 7? Yep, 7 down. Again, the nerves are showing through here, but both of these bowlers. Spare ball. Once again. Falling one short. He's not failed to clear up on the second attempt. Going really wide, but this time again it's paid off. In swinging on the strike. Perfectly timed this time. Perfectly timed again. And the pressure back on here. Carlson seems to just have lost the plot at the moment. Yeah, another with a 236.5 average in 97. Swedish champion in 1996, also the British Open winner. You may well have seen. Tidy away, and Carlson remains in the lead here by 4 pins. Well, it's been a long time coming. Momentum on the ball, going straight through the pack, and giving him the strike that he was after. And mistake there by Wolki. Remember that guys are not allowed to go over the edge and onto the bowling rink itself, and he's not clear up there, is he? Nine and spare. Again, just tantalizingly short. Germany's seen such a huge renaissance in this sport over the years. Now, somewhere near about 250 centres with something like 3,500 bowling alleys. And the former East Germany as well, the sport has taken off in a big way. As Wolki takes 9 in the spare. It's often that people say that there's, how can you really call this a sport of skill? Well, if you've ever got out and given this game a try yourself, you'll appreciate the quality of what's on offer here at the moment. Carlson double at the 8th frame. And 9 and a spare now. The square's cleared. It was awfully close to just spinning down to the side channel. A 9th frame strike by Robert Wolki from Ingolstadt, the German junior champion of 1996. The only chance he's got really to win is if he strikes 3 times. Oh. That's 2. The music suggests. What do you say about that for a finish? Well, phenomenal bowling that come the end. Carlson's only chance to get this game back in his court is to strike once. Real tension here. He's got to strike to get it back on his terms, and he's failed by 1. And Wolki goes into the next round unless well, he's going to take it away anyway, but he's got to it doesn't really matter, it's a foregone conclusion, because a strike was needed, but that was some finish by Robert Wolki. 3 strikes in a row. Shake of the hands, a tense game. Carlson had much the better start. Wolki took a long time to get going, but he didn't half make a very strong finish. 3 strikes in a row, it carries him through to the next round. Welcome back, and Robert Wolki will be matched up next against Barry Horne. An expressionless face. The features haven't altered since the moment we first saw him. And Wolki looking a lot more relaxed. Barry Horne, 49 years of age, the oldest competitor here. And responds with a strike of his own. 1,426 pins, game average of 237.7 in 1997. And he's cleared. US Army champion as well. Plenty of his Army buddies in here tonight to cheer him on. This is bowling's equivalent of Bjorn Borg, the Iceman. Totally expressionless, as we said. Real cool customer is Wolki. And momentary lapse of concentration, though, has just cost him. And has cost him still further. And for the first time, we see a frown appear across the brow. So Horne has opened with 2 strikes. And all of a sudden, Wolki is reverting back to the type of form he showed right at the beginning of the evening. Looking certainly the more confident now. Well, mistake in the second frame and mistake in the third for Wolki. And another clear strike. Well, there you go. The graphics showing that Horne leading by 46 pins. The greatest quality a player can have is that of concentration. It's so difficult to keep concentration and poise. Nervous at the fourth, and again in net he swings at. He's really taking some risks here. He cuts back inside, and he's back in the game with a strike at the fourth. And he's cleared out the fifth as well. Let's cut the deficit. Just Horne will reply with a strike of his own in the fifth as well. And another look at that. Not much pace on the ball coming down the lane there. Well, now only 22 pins in the lead. And a little more now, courtesy of that clearance. Providing he takes this 9 and a spare. wooded lane with varnish and oil here, the very best to play on. And indeed, 9 and a spare. But he needs to be striking here at this stage of the game. He needs to try and find some of the form that he did at the end of the first competition against Carlson. Yeah, that's more like it. There's still almost a dejected look on the face. This time, the fact there was little pace on the ball has told. 7 down. And he almost dropped that onto the lane. 7 and a spare. It was almost, as you can see, then thrown down the lane. Not a smooth start to that move at all. He's gone around the corner again, and at 8 down this time. And this is all good news for Wolki. Eight and a spare. Now there's some real hope here for Wolki. If he can open with a strike in the 8th, he'll be just 18 pins behind. But what he does seems to perform when the pressure is really on. To close the gap still further. Oh, it's down to 9. But this competition has been very, very close. Horne been out in the lead right from the beginning, but he's been really chased all the way home here by Robert Wolki of Germany. 9 and a spare to follow the strike. Now, strike here would virtually kill the tournament, but he's not got the strike either. Both are falling short of their best at the vital stage. Nobody able to just maintain the killer ball. Nine and a spare in the 9th frame for Horne. There's the scores. 18 pins in front. Horne, and if he strikes this next one, he wins. Ooh, short once again, 8 and a spare. He now needs just 3 pins down to take his score up to 208 and victory. And that he does. Victory, but only just. Wolki this time is just not being able the congratulatory shake of the hands. Wolki's been a bit unlucky. If he could have found the type of finishing form that he did do in the match against Carlson, then he may have been able to pip Barry Horne in this round. So that's his conclusion, and we will finish 208 for Barry Horne, 201 for Robert Wolki. Two strikes and an 8, but it was just a little too late. And no doubt that the young German will be back to contest further in the years to come. The experience, though, of Barry Horne, though, at 49 years of age, just coming through. We'll take a short break. Join us again soon. So Horne moves on and is opening against Andres Fernandez. And a great opening by Barry Horne. Fernandez of Spain, from the Offenbach club, 47 years of age. The elder statesmen are performing on the top of their game here this evening. Fernandez, 1455 pins, game average 242.5 in 1997. And that's a nervous opening ball, that, by Fernandez. 8 down. Eight in the spare, gone then. Horne again starting off well. German champion Fernandez some 10 years ago. And that's better from Fernandez. Warming to the task a little. Feel that if there was a little more power behind the initial bowl, it would have cleared the lot. 9-1 for Barry Horne. Again, he's been caught. 9 down. And this will be music to the ears of the man considered to be one of the favourites, or co-favourite, the first round, Andres Fernandez. Nine and 1 twice for Barry Horne. Curling, of course, not yet an Olympic sport, but they are aiming certainly to be taken a lot more seriously. And again, a quality strike from Fernandez. Slight advantage for Fernandez by the double at the second and third frame. double strike at the fourth. And Horne is under pressure here to pull something out of the bag. And the perfect response. Really needs to clear this field as well to stay in touch with Fernandez. And again, so one of the pins organizing me toward the one that was still standing, but it just curled out of the way. He finished a strike, 9 and a spare for Barry Horne. And now the fifth frame for Fernandez. It's a four-bagger, 4 strikes in a row for Andres Fernandez, and nothing is stopping the Spaniard from marching towards victory here. And just failing though. At the 6th frame, 9 down. Still then, just as it's a 9 and a spare, just a glimmer of hope for Barry Horne. And 9 and a 1. Oh, it's gone down very late. Horne 30 pins on Fernandez. Horne has to strike to win. Oh, and he does. Literally has to strike his way out here. Again, Fernandez is on hand to take a strike at the 7th. He does it as well. 2 strikes at the 7th and the 8th frame for Fernandez, keeping him firmly on course for victory here. But Horne is going for what is known in the trade as a turkey. Very apt for this time of year. And it's 8 down. 2 strikes previous, 8 this time. And the inspiration he needs is failing to come to him at this particular point in this game. He's needing to clear these at the first attempt. 8 and a spare. That's nice. 9th frame strike then for Horne. it's going to need a mistake, really, by Fernandez. Which, of course, as soon as you say, appears in the picture, a 7 and a 1. He can ill afford any further mistakes here. Seven and a 1. Look at the scores. It's become a little closer. And again, another clearance for Fernandez. Pin in the far left-hand corner was a little late in going down, but they got there in the end. And again, 2 strikes in a row. Again, falling lucky at the last. Just not had the run of the bowling ball this evening, Horne. Once again, he looked remarkably consistent at the outset of both of his matches tonight, but he's fallen away in the latter stages of this 9 and a 1. And it's not enough. He'll play maybe to the rules here. Taking the last shot. And that's it, 9 and a 1 and an 8. That concludes this match. Fernandez 230. Barry Horne, at least consistent, 208 in his match against Wolki, 208 here. The final coming up then between Karl Peter Greulich and Fernandez. Welcome back then, and to the final. Karl Peter Greulich of Frankfurt against Fernandez. And Greulich allowing Fernandez to open the match. And Fernandez accepting the invitation. And a strike opens. Greulich, 39 years of age, 1,482 pins game average this season, 247. And he's opening with a real powerful ball straight through the middle. 3 times winner of the Golden Bowling Ball tournament in 84, 5 and 88. And was a member of the German national team. 7 years between 80 and 87, and a perfect opening by Greulich. by Fernandez, 2 strikes each. Perfect bowling. To qualify for the top regions of this tournament, players needed an average off of 1280 pins of over 213 per match, which just shows you the quality of bowling that we're watching here tonight. Another strike for Greulich. For Fernandez, sorry. It's all getting a little too much for me. I suppose we could always have laid down the commentary before, and Greulich another strike. Look at that. Greulich, interesting nickname, Kurven Carlo, which means master of bends. Greulich entering the 4th frame. Perilously close once more to the edge. That's just timing to perfection from Greulich. Another strike in the 4th. Oh, it's rocking and it's stable. Bad luck for Fernandez, 9 down. And you can't really afford the luxury of missing an opportunity to take a strike. Nine and 1. Really needs to get back in with a total clearance here. Oh, 8 down and little chance of a clearance. They tried 8 and a 1. Following 9 and the spare. And the window of opportunity for Greulich to extend the lead is quite clearly here, and it could become almost unassailable. Yes. Bottom right-hand corner was a little late. Just look at that. It really was late as well. And he's got it down now. We're really moving into the region where the dream result of 300 is very possible. It's been accomplished 3 times this weekend. Detlef Horvath, who was winner of the Masters last year. Stefan Unger. And Stefan Ljungström. That's a strike. He needed to be still down now by 44 pins. That's the biggest gap we've had in these final stages of the tournament so far. There you go, confirmation of what's happening on the scoreboard at the moment. 44 pins down after the strike of the 7th. It's almost becoming monotonous here. Greulich, 7th frame, starts with a strike. Frame, all strikes so far. Oh, it's rocking away and it's going to stay. Seven in a row, finally, he fails on the 8th. Again, it was rocking, just look at it in your picture there. And 9 and the spare go down for Greulich in the 8th frame. Fernandez on the 8th. Closing in with a strike. Capitalizing on the earlier failure of Greulich to maintain the 100% strike record. Well, strike in the 8th. And strike in the 9th frame for Fernandez. And the gap begins to close. And just when he needs to pull one out of the top drawer, Greulich does. Prior then to the last frame, Greulich leading by 23 pins. Oof, he's only got an 8. He still only needs 3 pins to win. Oh, what an incredible miss. Pin number 8 stays standing. He ends on 247. Now, Fernandez has got a real chance here to win the match. It seemed to be really decided at the 5th frame already. He needs 2 strikes and 2 pins. One strike and 2 pins remaining, and this remarkable comeback by the Spaniard will be capped with a check for 20,000 Deutschmarks. He still needs, remember, 1 strike and 2 pins. Nobody at the halfway stage would have given him even an outside chance of doing anything here. Two strikes he's got. He's going to take a victory here. He just needs the 2 pins. Smiles all round as she related. And the true professional that he is, he finishes with 3 strikes. A remarkable turnaround. Fabulous stuff here from Fernandez. 256 to 247. And Greulich lost it at the last, an 8 and a 1. He only needed 3 pins down, and he left somehow 1 remaining. Really very tight end. And there's confirmation of the final standings. Fernandez ahead of Greulich, Horne, Wolki and Carlson.
In a first-class manner and is mirrored the same way in the U.S. only at our major events.
That's all we've got time then for tonight. Do join us again though for round 2 in Ludwigshafen in a couple of weeks' time. From me, Tim Cable, a very good evening to you all.
The Golden Bowling Ball Brunswick Tour was presented by Brunswick. Bowling is sold on Brunswick worldwide.